Really good college basketball game, and really excited about our group. It surprises every night. I don't know who's going to do it. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know what it'll look like. We had a Matthew Meyer sighting, which was is very nice to see and much needed. But then it's Sincere Harris with his defense and a couple timely offensive putbacks, his activity. Then it's Jaden Epps off the bench. There's Terence Shannon who, 5 stitches in his eye and playing against his old ball coach who he loves and was slow getting going. R.J. Melendez a couple big shots, and then Terrence just kind of took over, and it was Dane Deja in the first half had a lot of really positive moments. So I don't know where it's coming. I think that's the beauty of our team. We were about as ugly a basketball team as you could be in that 16-2 run. We didn't look like we could beat a high school team, and yet we've had those moments, and we've been able to fight back in a lot of games and find our way back. Our defense settles in. I thought we did a great job on on Tyrese and Marcus. I think Tyrese had a couple threes, but all in all, that's a hell of a basketball team. They're number 2 for a reason. They're old. I've known Chris for 100 years, and I have a ton of respect for him. And tonight we just happened to find a way, but they're going to have a great year, and excited about the win.
Questions?
Brad, when you have a whole lot of new and you said you don't always know where it's coming, what is it about this group's DNA that allowed them to dig deep tonight?
Yeah, I've said this many times. We got winners. They're all state champions. Matthew, Dane, national champion. Terrence, an Elite 8 guy. All those high school kids have won. We try not to ever recruit anybody that has not come from a winning program. That helps because they know how to operate in the locker room and get along. This is a really close group. And, tonight it was some guys off the bench that impacted us. So, we'll take it.
Brad, you didn't have a turnover for about the last 9.5 minutes of regulation, and then in overtime you get 16 before that. Was it just a matter of handling their pressure better, or change something? What fixed the turnover problem?
Boy, I wish I had the answer. I really do. It's I think 4 or 5 of them were charges in the first half, which it's crazy because we sat and worked for 2 days on early passes, jump stops, knowing that they're going to take a ton of charges. And then Dane had a couple, 2 or 3 right there early. So there's 7 or 8 of our 11. And I thought we did a pretty solid job after that. We're going to be a little bit of a different team in terms of, we're not going to run offense like precision screening and doing all that. We're 5 out. We're going to drive you, and we're going to dribble the ball more. And they're a gap, very handsy team, and they got their hands on some balls early. But I thought we made some adjustment. It was nice.
I have John and then I have John.
Brad, you've said repeatedly that it may take some time to find out what lineup works to close this game and so on and so forth. Do you think because the group is so balanced, so unique, that it could be something that's just evolved game to game throughout the course of the season in terms of who's on the floor at the end?
Maybe, yeah. We've relied on Terrence a lot. He's been a guy that I think we want to rely on Matt. Coleman's been in that spotlight a bunch. It was part of our problem in the Virginia game. Who do we go to? And TJ was off, and so I think it's going to be a little bit of that, a crapshoot, so to speak, as we move forward and guys keep establishing their roles. But again, Jaden and TJ finally got going, and Matt tonight. So we'll take it any way we can get it.
Right here.
Brad, so you learned from some close losses after you fight back early in the season. Jaden in particular, after the Maryland game, missed a couple shots, but where do you see from him that you have so much faith to close with?
Well, first of all, we told him I loved the shot he missed at Maryland, and it was, he wasn't even a factor in that game because he picked up 2 fouls in 20 seconds. Matt wasn't even a factor in that game. But you know, we went to him in the Virginia game, if you'll remember, and you know, he got right to the front of the rim and just missed one. He's a scorer, and he's a tough nut, and he's a tough kid, and he's no fear. And it didn't matter that he's got a fifth-year senior and, you know, Marcus Carr guarding him. You know, as a freshman, he just went and made a play.
All right, Dana, this here and then here, okay?
Good.
Brad, you talked about, the sports style is really changing and there's a lot you don't know where things are coming from. For a long time, you kind of knew where things were very predictable, or at least for a while.
Yeah.
How are you managing the chaos, if you will, with the unpredictability of this?
I don't know. It's a good question. It's different. You know, for 3 years I've known I've had Io, Trent, and Kofi, and then I've had, you know, really solid role pieces, and it's taken me a bit. You know, I'm swallowed up, and I'm full with the capacity that this team and the ceiling this team has. But yet I still don't quite have a grasp. I sit there and look at a play card and going, man, okay, we just kind of spread the floor and do a couple little things, and that's our best offense sometimes. So that's very different. We're trusting our players, and that's to make the right plays. So it's different, and it's not as comfortable maybe as I like it sometimes.
You have one in the back?
Coach Rollins, on the road with UCLA, Maryland, Texas, was it, did you know at all going into this year this team would be able to get through some tough moments like that, and what's going to be the flip that?
Well, if I'd be lying if I tell you I knew that. We played this schedule knowing that you have to be, you know, I like playing really good teams, and I like playing really well-coached teams, and you find out about yourself. You know, we found out in the Virginia game with 3 minutes to go, and didn't get any stops. And we've been able to bury that in practice and work on those situations. Tonight we got them when we needed them. There's growth, and you know, Maryland was just such severe foul trouble and playing shorthand and guys having to log more minutes, and yet, you know, we stunk it up for 8 minutes in that game and found a way to come back and have a chance to win it. And, you know, we made really bad plays in that game, you know, just plays that weren't smart. And we've talked about those and showed those. So I had no idea, but I knew I liked our character, and I know what winners in your locker room do.
Brad, does it seem to you like this year could maybe be a little more wide open than before? I mean, you just beat the number 2 team. Carolina's lost 4 times. Gonzaga's lost a bunch of times. Does it seem really wide open at the top?
Yeah, you know, and Adam, I don't watch basketball a whole bunch in terms of especially teams in our league. I mean, UCLA, Virginia, they're all really good. I mean, Syracuse the other night goes and wins at Notre Dame, and you know they tremendous talent. So I don't know. Probably I don't know who the best team is. I haven't hardly watched any team in our league. That's intentional, but you know, I don't know. So I don't. Yeah, probably. You know, I think it's a. You know.
We've got 2 more first, here
Yep.
and here.
You got it.
When things are so kind of unpredictable, I know for 40 minutes maybe it took a while to get there, when you have someone like Terence kind of as your safety net, how much did that make you feel over 1%?
A lot. We're relying on Coleman, Terrence, and Matthew, and we haven't had Matthew, and I'm giddy just to see him. Okay, that's, you know, I welcomed him to the orange and blue after the game, you know, and he's done a lot of good things, but just to kind of see him take a deep breath and say, oh, because he is an unbelievable kid and he's a winner, and he's been pressing, and it's great to see that. So we're relying on those guys. And now as we go through some of these experiences, freshmen grow up, and that's, you know, Dane's not a freshman, but he's a freshman. He played 8 minutes. So all those guys are growing up, and we're playing them.
That's one right here.
Terence Shannon, what was it like just to see him make some of those plays in overtime, considering the night that he had in regulation?
They were all under control. They were all poised. They weren't things that it was just lower your head, and he gets fouled a lot, but those weren't plays that were just reckless. Those were plays that were just poised, patient, you know, and he stopped and made the right play, and just really good basketball plays. And no one works harder than Terence Shannon at his game. Nobody. And he's one of the best players in the country. He's one of the best athletes. We lean on him. We know that. He's got that expectation from us, so it's great to see. Thank you.